Okay, and thank you so much for hanging out with me. This is in other news. I'm your host, Mike Russell. Happy Monday to you. Hope you had a great weekend, and just excited to have you here. This is pre-recorded, and I am going to actually be doing the Go Show from the truck. So everything is all topsy-turvy today because of scheduling, and that I have a doctor that is in East Mesa. And I live in the West Valley of Phoenix, which is about 45 miles away. So just making sure that everything broadcast today, make sure that everything gets out in there, and we get to talk today. So thank you so much for hanging out again, and let's roll right into it. It's been a very interesting few days when it comes to these fires. I am not going to, well, at least I'll do my best to stay away from the obvious, to stay away from the I know how this was started. I know why it was started. We probably will never know. So I'm going to get into something a little bit different. I'm going to get into the incompetence. I'm going to get into the media cover-up, and I'm going to get into somebody who I had money on that was going to be the Democrat nominee for president of the United States this time around. That's Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom is toast. Gavin Newsom is the most unsympathetic, swarmy, greasy, straight out of central casting, D-bag politician that there has ever been. He is, as if they created him from a mold, a greasy politician. And this response from him has been absolutely awful. His team has failed him. His ego has failed him. And there's when he looks back, and his career looks like Palisades right now, he's going to know why. He's a damn good looking guy. He's super articulate. He can he can dance around certain things. Again, straight out of central casting of a greasy politician. But I want to play a little bit more from over the weekend because it was absurd. And the last clip you're going to see is even more so. This guy is, let's just play it. Let's just play it and have some fun. Here we go.
Come out, take a look for himself. We want to do it in the spirit of an open hand, not a closed fist. He's the president-elect. I respect the office. We have a president.
Respect the office. Don't respect him. I want an open hand, not a closed fist. All this crap that his staff told him to say.
In the United States that within 36 hours provided a major disaster declaration over a text. We had support from the President of the United States, Joe Biden, with 100% reimbursement, all the resources you could.
He has, and by the way, he's going to keep saying that. He's going to say with 100% reimbursement, not understanding that everything out of his bubble and outside of his bubble, people look at California and go, y'all crazy. California has the reputation California has for several reasons. And those stereotypes and opinions don't create themselves. This man thinks that we're all okay with that we're all okay with 100% reimbursement of cleaning this up. We're not. So when he says the President Joe Biden, he thinks he's doing the Democrats. He thinks he's giving the DNC a little high five. Remember your boy out here in California, DNC. Remember, you had plans for me. Okay, I'm going to keep giving you shout outs because that's what we do here in LA. It's really cool. This guy thinks that we're okay with 100% reimbursement of this. No, we're not. We are not okay at all with this. That's like the omnibus bill or whatever the hell they passed at the continuing resolution at the end of the year. It included the new Washington Commanders football stadium. We're not okay with that. None of us are okay with that. I think Washington fans are not okay with that. This is not okay. But he just keeps saying it like it's no big deal. Like, oh, 100% reimbursement. Yeah.
Imagine constant communication. I'd like to extend that to the president-elect. I don't know what he's referring to when he talks about the Delta smelt in reservoirs.
How do you not know? How do you know? I don't know what he's talking about. This is gaslighting. Dude, seriously, you run millions of gallons of water a year into the Pacific Ocean. Don't give me your crap.
Reservoirs are completely full. The state reservoirs here in Southern California. That misinformation, I don't think advantage.
That's not misinformation. The Palisades, I forget the actual name of the reservoir. The one that basically keeps these guys from burning. It's been empty since 2009.
Or aids any of us responding to Donald Trump's insults. We would spend another month. I'm very familiar with them.
You're doing it right now, Slappy.
elected official that he disagrees with very familiar with him.
We do know, though, from reporting here locally that one reservoir that serves the Palisades was not full.
And that's exactly what triggered my desire to get the investigation.
That's what triggered my desire to launch an investigation and really see what happened. You fraud. This guy is a
to understand what was happening with that local reservoir. That was not a state system reservoir, which the president-elect was referring to as it relates to the Delta and somehow connecting the Delta smelt to this fire, which is
dead true, linked,
inexcusable.
Linked. No, it isn't.
Inaccurate, also incomprehensible to anyone that understands water policy in the state.
I do understand. I understand water policy. I got water policy nails. As a matter of fact, I'm dating a beautiful woman who spent a lot of her career with Arizona Department of Environmental Equality. Yeah, spent most of her time there. And so I know water. I'm very passionate about water and water rights, and I know how it works. They screwed it up. Period. And for him to say that, oh, it has nothing to do, for anyone that knows, because understand, you might not know. I know because I'm a nerd. I know because I dig this kind of stuff. Very few people do know. So what he's saying is, for anyone that knows about it, he is assuming, again, going back to his politicians, his political ways, going back to that is he knows that the majority of people don't know. So he can say that, oh, anyone that knows, I've done nothing wrong. He's doing this whole, Isaac the bartender from the Love Boat little move there. Yeah. This guy is, again, this is the reason why I'm playing this isn't just to pile on Gavin Newsom. It's not. It's to, it's again, wondering would they have the most unsympathetic characters doing the dumbest things. I think it is a left policy that if you were going to do something nefarious or something stupid, you bring this level of incompetence to the forefront. Look at Fannie Wells out in Atlanta. Look at D.A. Bragg, Letitia James. Everyone they brought forward to take down Donald Trump was an absolute bozo. And we'll get to Michael Cohen in a minute. I have never seen such sniveling, spineless nonsense that I saw this weekend. We'll get to him in a moment. But they keep bringing out like this guy, Gavin Newsom. They're like, oh, man, you go out there and you gaslight the hell out of him. Okay? Gaslight the hell out of him. Let's continue.
Years, Los Angeles will be host to the World Cup and then the Super Bowl and then the Olympics. Yeah. With this rebuilding effort.
With your tax dollars. Come on, say it, you little worm.
Needing to take place. Is LA going to be ready for all of those global events?
My humble position, and it's
humble.
And it's not just,
what is he doing with his hands? Stop, bro.
Being naively optimistic. That only reinforces the imperative moving quickly, doing it in the spirit of collaboration and cooperation.
What the hell?
President of the United States, Donald Trump, to his credit, was helpful.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. What, Gav, what'd you say?
President of the United States, Donald Trump, to his credit, was helpful in getting the Olympics to the United States of America, to get it down here in LA.
That was a 4D chess move that Trump played to get that. That was dope.
Thank him for that. This is an opportunity for him to shine, for this country to shine, for California and this community to shine. The opportunity with all of that and all that opportunity and that pride and spirit that comes from not just hosting those three iconic games and venues, but also the opportunity, I think, to rebuild at the same time. And that's
build back better. Just say it, dude. Just, dear Lord, just say it. Just say we got to work together. I believe the children are our future. So say that. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Go with that one.
Why we're already organizing a Marshall Plan. We already have a team of looking and reimagining LA 2.0, and we're making sure.
That was my record scratch. I'm sorry. You're imagining what there? Not saying the quiet part out loud here, Gav.
A Marshall Plan. We already have a team of looking and
a Marshall Plan. Wait a tick. Hold it.
Already organizing a Marshall Plan. We already have a team of looking and reimagining LA 2.0.
A Marshall Plan for LA 2.0. Look, this isn't a conspiracy theory nonsense. This isn't like InfoWars stuff. Listen. Yo, he just said it. That's the man in charge right there. That's him. Marshall Plan, LA 2.0. And we can go ahead and do the whole, smart city of the future stuff that I'm seeing out there, which is probable. I'm not saying it is exactly what's going on, but probable. Now, I'm going to, when you put yourself into the shoes of these very evil people, Here's what you get. You put your shoes in you put yourself in the shoes of these very evil people, and you start to think like, look at all these thousands of homes that are worth probably 800,000, over $1 million. These people, through eminent domain or the Marshall Plan, are going to be made whole financially. They're going to be made whole. The insurance companies ran away, and because we the people, federal tax dollars, are going to make them whole for the value of their homes. They'll never live there again. They'll never live there again. They'll most likely be living here in Arizona. They'll go to Oregon. They'll go to a neighboring state, and they'll move out. They'll be gone. Still terrible, awful that it happened to them, because this is just garbage. This entire program is garbage. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you know this, the fire chief that was making all the, the DEI, everybody was freaking out about the fire chief. She was fired. Canned. Gone. Why? Because she went on the news and told the truth. Said I was completely hamstrung. I was kneecapped. They Tanya Harding me with all these budget cuts. Sorry, this is what you get. You go. Pack up your stuff. Wow. All right, let's get back to this bozo. Oh,
and we're making sure everyone's included, not just the folks on the coast, people here that were ravaged by this disaster.
Oh, not just the folks on the... Again, the most unsympathetic piece of garbage you're ever going to see in politics, that his mind thinks, dude, Gavin, here's what you need to say, buddy. We're not just going to take care of the people on the coast. We're not just going to take care of the Malibu people. We're going to take care of these po folk over here. Holy... The most unsympathetic character in political history. Literally, I would rather hang out. I'm not kidding. I'd rather hang out with Kamala Harris than hanging out with Gavin Newsom. I'm not kidding. To lead something, to lead a state, or even a nation, in this country, if I had to decide, if I had to make the vote between Gavin Newsom and Kamala Harris, it'd be Kamala Harris all day long. And if I lived in Pennsylvania or Michigan or Wisconsin, it'd be vote twice on Sunday. Because she's incompetent. He's nefarious. This guy is not this guy has a plan. I can deal with incompetence. Incompetence we can dance around. Somebody with a plan like this, intelligent, articulate, and coming at you in a way that is as bad as can be. Yeah, all right, keep going here, bud.
You just said you're organizing a Marshall Plan for the rebuilding of California. What is that Marshall Plan?
Tell us about this Marshall Plan. We're just starting to lay out. I mean, we're still fighting these fires, so we're already talking.
No, you're not. We are doing nothing. As my mom would say, you got a mouse in your pocket? I have no idea what you're doing here.
To city leaders, we're already talking to civic leaders. We're already talking to business leaders and nonprofits. We're talking to labor leaders. We're starting to organize how we can put together a collection of individuals on philanthropy for recovery, how we can organize the region, how we can make sure.
Nobody's giving you a dime. This is probably the first relief effort I've ever dealt with every single checkout system I've done. Would you like to donate to the... Nope. Sorry, no.
Sure that we are seeking federal assistance for the Olympics more broadly, but also federal assistance for the recovery efforts.
Federal assistance, by the way, means your tax dollars. Federal assistance means your money. That's what federal assistance means. Your money. It's absurd. Federal assistance. We're seeking federal assistance.
And how we can galvanize the community with folks that love.
I like to call it galvanize. Galvanize, get it?
Of this community to really develop a mindset.
Shut up.
At scale, we're dealing with the scope of this tragedy and responding to it at scale with efficiency, like the executive order I talked about, time value of delivering.
Shut it. I can't even with this guy. I even have one more clip. I don't even know if I'm going to play it. It's the best one. I was saving the best for last. I don't even know if I want to see this guy anymore. It is not the fault of the people that have worked hard their whole life, made some good moves, and were able to afford a house in the Palisades, in LA, in Malibu, and I do not begrudge them that. They've lost their homes, and that sucks. That's absolutely terrible. It is. I can't even imagine all the stuff. The conversation this weekend was, what would you take? So I started moving things to become accessible, just to plan for anything. I don't know. Just have everything on hard drives and just, things that I can get out, and just the rest is stuff, right? You notice what you don't see here when it comes to California. in the relief effort. You don't see the J.J. Watts. You don't see the athletes and celebrities doing benefits. You don't see them fundraising. You don't see a lot of commercials for the Red Cross. There was a lot of virtue signaling going on with the NFL this weekend, but that was just our thoughts and prayers are with the people of Los Angeles. Okay, whatever. That does nothing. Nothing is being done. There's no big effort like we saw with hurricanes. You don't see people rushing to California to help out, to lend a hand. You just don't. You see other municipalities sending maybe firefighters. And if you notice, by the way, any of the coverage that you've seen on states that are sending aid, Arizona was omitted in every single one of those reports. Arizona has sent several firefighters and trucks and everything we could to California. So we don't want to talk about that state. But nobody goes after California. California is the most unsympathetic state we have in our nation. No one cares. No one does. The rest of the nation is like, yeah, because of people like Gavin Newsome, people like Karen Bass. These the most unsympathetic, cover your ass politicians we have in this nation are residing and leading the state of California, and in this case, Southern California. There's no efforts to help out and chip in. We, the people, are rallying for you. No, we, the people, are having our money taken from us in the form of taxes and given to California 100%. California gets what they have. And I'm sorry, again, it's not the citizenry. The California leadership is now getting what they deserve. It's all coming to roost, and it's tragic in every way. Let's get back to the old Gavinator. Let's just try this one. Watch the body language. You guys know I'm big on body language. Watch this.
Myriad of issues. I was just talking to Josh Green, the governor of down in Hawaii, who had some ideas around some land use concerns he has around speculators coming in, doing? Buying up properties and the like. So we're already working with our legal teams to move those things forward, and we'll be presenting those in a matter of days, not just weeks.
What in the? He's talking about Hawaii. He gets all excited about this. But okay, think about this. Maui looks okay. See the background there for Gav? That's what Maui still looks like. Maui still looks like that. Still to this day. And that's the governor he calls.
Dealing with a myriad of issues. I was just talking to Josh Green, the governor of down in Hawaii, who had some ideas around some land use concerns he has around speculators coming in, buying up properties and the like. So we're already working with our legal teams to move those things forward, and we'll be presenting those in a matter of days.
Their Marshall Plan in eminent domain. Guys, mark my words. I don't care if it was set, who it was set by. Right now, I'm not concerned about that. I want the fires to be put out, and then just watch. Just grab your popcorn. Just watch. LA 2.0, a Marshall Plan for LA 2.0. Y'all, this is going to be a wild ride. I was listening to a interview with Jillian Michaels, the fitness P90 whatever. You know who she is. And she said that her home burned down in the last big round of fires. Not kidding. She said it took a year to get a permit. An entire year to get a permit to clean up. Just to get the rubble and debris from her land, it took a year to get a permit to be able to do that. I saw someone over the weekend saying, "Oh, they're removing." Gavin Newsome says he's removing it. They're not removing any of it. This is going to turn so many liberals red. I'm telling you, they will understand now what we say as conservatives and libertarians: small government. Get the hell out of the way. Or if I'm going to pay you and it's big government, it better be big and really well-performing government. Now we get to the media response. The media response is predictable because their whole self-aggrandizing nonsense that they throw out there. Oh, I have seen the devastation firsthand. I'm David Muir. Look at my clothespins that are keeping my jacket svelte. But the MSNBC is just gone off the rails. Look at it. Watch this. Just watch this. Well, Jen,
these fires still burning, we are facing important questions about how to mitigate and prevent disasters like this in the future. Fact is,
we've actually had several examples. Hold on. Sorry, Jenny. We've had several incidences, several wildfires, a lot of devastation to learn. The thing that is eating at me now with this, the media's response, the left media's response is, because this is Democrat-led, because this is Democrat and progressive policy caused, now it is, now that they see us, we now have an opportunity to learn. This is a teachable moment. No, you've had several teachable moments, a lot of teachable moments, and you learn nothing from them. And now that we as a nation are coming around to, these policies that we're seeing, these progressive policies aren't really what we want as a we the people. This doesn't play. Jen's acting like this is just something to learn from. We've never seen this before.
Leaders will need to confront a very complicated and challenging reality moving forward. But right now, that is not exactly what is happening. Right. Instead, Donald Trump and his allies are injecting half-truths, misinformation, and flat-out lies in some cases in order to score a version of political points, I suppose.
Give me.
We saw something similar play out just this past October in the aftermath of Hurricanes Helene and Milton.
Oh, you're going to back to Helene now, but when he wasn't the president-elect, by the way. Okay, so let's go back to it.
Repeatedly lied about FEMA spending disaster relief funds on migrants.
That is a 1 bazillion% true fact. That is a fact. Sorry. That is a fact.
Which didn't happen. Yes, also baselessly claiming that the Biden administration was absent and incompetent in delivering aid, despite what elected officials of both parties on the ground said. Those lies were then spread and amplified by the richest man in the world on the social media site that he owns. So I guess none of us should have been shocked this week when Elon Musk posted that the Los Angeles Fire Department prioritized DEI over saving lives and homes. That's
actually their words, by the way. That is their words. If you want to take the number 3 in charge of the Los Angeles Fire Department that says, if you need to be carried out of a building, you put yourself in the wrong spot. Yes, correct. That is a fact.
That quote. That appeared to be a disgusting dig at the city's fire chief, Kristen Crowley, who has served in the department for decades.
Yeah, just got fired.
Rising through the ranks to become the first female and LGBTQ fire chief in LA's history.
Yeah, because it's important who you sleep with. It's important. Apparently, the firefighting is who you sleep with. Shut up.
Musk also amplified a post this week from conspiracy theorist Alex Jones. Yes, that guy. He's still around.
Yes, that guy. Still around.
Alex Jones wrote,
we tried to take him out. You couldn't. Oh, wow. Surprising.
That Los Angeles fires are part of a larger globalist plot to wage economic warfare and deindustrialize the United States before triggering total collapse. I mean, not sure that guy's okay. Musk responded to that post by writing, true. Yes, just to repeat here. That's just the richest man in the world. And
the richest man in the world, by the way, Jen, bye, you're done. She's echoing the majority of the mass media. Jen, when you are the richest man in the world, you know pretty much as a president would or a national leader. Yeah, you do. You are privy to things that no. And if the way Alex Jones states it might be a little over the top, might be dead true. Who knows? But I'll tell you this. When it comes to plots, plans, nefarious nonsense, Elon has his ear on it. So does Zuckerberg. All of them, Soros, everybody, they know that's stupid. They have this kind of knowledge. Not saying he's correct in that, but it'd be like, oh, the world's richest man says this. Oh, yeah. He has this. Now let's go to FEMA. She mentioned FEMA, so she brought this on herself. She mentioned FEMA. I'm sorry, she mentioned the relief effort in North Carolina. You want to see this? This is just absolutely this is nuts. This is from this weekend. This is the head of FEMA. Again, let's see.
active duty military that you said stand ready to be deployed.
Yeah, ready.
Secretary Austin, the Pentagon authorized 10 helicopters, 500 Marines back on Thursday. How is it? My understanding is, as of now, correct me if I'm wrong, California hasn't made the request to use them yet. Why is that?
You know, I'd have to defer to the incident commanders, right? The incident commanders on the ground know what the needs are, where they need to put people.
Yeah, they need to put out a fire.
And
they need more people.
And often in these
to put out a fire
situations
with more people.
It's very strategic. It's not necessarily about always putting more people on that. We have to make sure that it's safe. And, you know, you can only add so much aircraft in the airspace.
Can only have so much.
So they would have the specifics about the strategies that they're using, but we want to make sure that we're not late to need. And if they have that need, they can move them in.
Again, anyone in charge of this, anyone in charge, including her, including her, because she's the top, and FEMA is going to be looked upon because FEMA screwed up 9 ways a Sunday, screwed up North Carolina. They still don't have homes. They still haven't gone back to their homes. I'd be surprised if any of them have been able to go back and clean up. What happened there is disgusting. And then right on the back of that, right behind that, here comes California with a very similar situation. This is why. I mean, I can say pretty clearly, pretty safely that this is why the Democrats got their butts kicked in this last election. This is why. This is why we are under Republican control in the House, the Senate, and the White House. This is exactly why. Well, we will be in a few days. This is the reason. And all of these people will be gone. They're done. They're toast. There's no LA. Anyone paying attention to Los Angeles will never vote for Karen Bass again. Karen Bass is toast. She is toast. She's been exposed. And if you haven't seen what she is and who she is, go ahead and look it up. It's all out there now. It's been out there, but let's just say people are opening their eyes to it and her communist ways. And that's Marxist Leninist ways. Is that probably an easier way to say that? They're rowing the same boat. If they're not the same thing, they're rowing the same boat, right? She is a devout Castroista. Like, she's done. Gavin Newsom's right behind her. Head of FEMA will be in probably 7 or 8 days. You're not going to see her as the head of FEMA. They're just done. They're done. And they're done because of incompetence. And they were hired as incompetent people. And they were hired for certain reasons. And this is why the nation has turned its back on DEI. Because we've all known since the very beginning that we live in a meritocracy. And when you subvert that by just placing somebody into positions of power that have no experience, but they have the right sexual orientation and skin color, nothing good happens in that. Nothing. Oh, but Mike, I know a guy who did this and he's gay and he was a DEI hire and he's worked his way up and he's turned this company. Okay, good. I'm sure there are several exceptions to the rule. And that's just what they are. They're exceptions to the rule. DEI hiring, affirmative action, it does not work. It has not worked. We have tried it. And by the way, we should give ourselves a great pat on the back that we have tried it. We should give ourselves a pat on the back that we did something to try to, I don't really know how to put this. We did something to help me out with this. We just tried to progress. And again, I've said this 100 times. We need progressives. We need conservatives. That is how a country runs successfully, because the progressives are trying to pull us, trying to advance. Conservatives like, hold on a second. If something ain't broke, we ain't fixing it. Okay. Then we had progressive control for 4 years of our nation's governance. And we got basically no, hold on. We just went headlong, and this is what we got. And this is what we get. Period. So there's a whole myriad of people that are going to have been exposed for their incompetence that will not have gigs again. I'm sure they'll have gigs with some super PAC or something like that, and they're going to be just fine. They'll be all right. It's not like their house burned down. Oh, The co-founder of Black Lives Matter. This is the best story. Sorry, she still has a house. Don't worry, just okay. Her house is standing. It's her other two houses that she bought with BLM money. They're her palatial estates in Southern California. Those burned to the ground. But now, how about this? So you think, aha, that's right, yeah, because she's a scam artist. So you think, oh, haha, but in this relief effort, she's going to be made whole, and that check's going to have her name on it. She going to get that money. It's not going back to Black Lives Matter. It's going to her. Yeah. Again, today is Doctor Day, so thank you guys for bearing with me. So a mildly abbreviated show, and then we can move on to going live mañana. So I don't know if you saw this, because there's people that are losing their gigs and their livelihoods because they are incompetent and they shouldn't have been in the position that they are, and they've been exposed for that. So bye-bye. Then there's the crew that is running for the hills because they know they have done wrong. They know Donald Trump is coming after them. They know Kash Patel is coming after them. They know that Elon Musk and Vivek is coming after them. They know Tulsi Gabbard's coming after them. They know RFK Jr. is coming after them. So they're running. All of the rats are jumping ship. This one, probably my favorite.
The car bomb at the Trump Hotel.
Yep, that's right. FBI Director Wray is resigning. He is done. 2 administrations. He'd been with even President Trump, but he has shown himself to be a liar. He has shown himself to be not in the nation's best interest, and just in congressional hearings and Senate hearings alone, to have the FBI director not be able to answer the question over several months and asked several times, how many assets did you have in the crowd on January 6th? How many? I don't know if we did or not. Okay. Next time you come, you should know, right? Okay, cool. Hey, how many months later? Hey, how many assets did you have in the ground January 6th? I don't know. Done. Now you're fired. Period. Bye. Bye. See ya. Because that's our representatives, whether we like them or not. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Plaskett. I don't care if it's Schweiker. These are our representatives. This is how our system works. We are a representative republic. So we hired these people to represent us in Washington, D.C. When you don't answer their question, you're not answering ours. You're fired. Bye. So he was heading for the hills. Here's how he goes out, the cocky punk that he is. So here we go.
Las Vegas, the terrorist in New Orleans. Are there any active threats to the inauguration?
We're not tracking any specific or credible threats to
if they were, we're sure as hell not tracking them. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The inauguration. What I would tell you, though, is that we're dealing with a threat landscape where terrorists, whether they be foreign, jihadist-inspired, or domestic terrorists, or others, can move from radicalization to action quite quickly.
Okay, so you basically, I'm sorry, you spent 4 years telling me that a white male Trump voter is the biggest threat to the nation in our security. And now you're starting to throw in there jihadists and all that. Okay, now it's a mixed bag. It might just be, what have you? Ass.
Often with very crude but still lethal attacks. And so we are dealing with a terrorist threat landscape that is extremely challenging and that puts a real premium, which has been a point of emphasis for me throughout my tenure of the FBI working closely with our state and local law enforcement partners, with the rest of the intelligence community.
Right, to go after people that show up at school board meetings. You've been fantastic, buddy.
With our foreign partners, and increasingly with the private sector and the community, because there are often very few dots out there to connect for these types of threats and very little time in which to connect them.
How much confidence do you have that the inauguration will be safe?
You should say right there, at this point, I have none. There's been 2 attempts on the president's life. We're scrambling to make sure that this is a safe inauguration. This is our priority. This is the top priority of the Secret Service. We're working hand in hand, and we are going to make sure that the president-elect is safe when he assumes the office of president of the United States. That should be the answer. Let's see what we get.
What I would tell you is that I have enormous confidence in the FBI's men and women in our role in supporting the other agencies which have the primary responsibility for securing the inauguration, that being, of course, the Secret Service and the Department of Homeland Security and the U.S. Capitol Police. And I have great confidence in our partners as well, but I have also particular confidence in our role at the FBI in supporting them in their responsibility to safeguard the inauguration.
Do you trust this? Overtime, dear Lord. You trust a man who lies about having FBI agents in the crowd, inciting this whole thing and making sure the people are tore up and make sure the people are beating everybody up and getting handcuffed and then released inside the building and high-fived with the cops. You have those, your staff, your people, your FBI agents. And here's the head going, I have utmost confidence that everything's just going to, those agencies are just working well. Let me tell you. They don't know that I'm going to have a lot of people in the crowd, but we're going to be okay with that Secret Service, the Capitol Police, sure. And, again, the Capitol Police had nothing to do with the whole Jan 6 thing. They were caught off guard. I love one of the favorite videos from that is the guy saying we're set up. They set us up, which they did. So Capitol Police have to be on kind of edgy right now. They know in 10 days it's going to be an interesting day driving into work for sure. It really is going to be an interesting day. So I'm not being very, I won't be cold when it comes to them. I'm cold when it comes to this guy because he's an ass and he has done nothing to secure our nation. He has done more to sow division and not really even division, just to destroy confidence we have in our security apparatus. So then anyone I can think of, get out of here. Gone. You're done. I want Kash Patel in there. Look, the reason why I want Kash Patel in there is because he's not him. He's not a self-serving idiot. Sorry. And he's not an established swampy punk. He's going to expose some things, and he needs to. Again, we were told the CIA killed JFK. We were told that there's aliens, and we just went, yeah, okay, cool, we get it. Has anyone been talking about the drones flying over the East Coast for the last 2 weeks? No, we forget about things very quickly. We're like, whatever. Kash Patel needs to get in there with the crew and say, here's what happened on this. Here's what happened on that. Here's what happened there. Here's what our investigation has shown here. And here's what our investigation has shown here. And yes, we had 116 or whatever assets in the crowd Jan 6. And yes, they had the task of getting into the building. Yep. Sure did. I'm about to fire a bunch of people. See, that's why I want to Kash Patel. That's why. Again, the rats jumping off the ship is absolutely fantastic. Those, even the celebrities. The fun thing is the celebrities. The celebrities moving to other countries. Yeah, there's a reason they're moving to other countries. It's not because they're so upset about Donald Trump. Nope. They're moving to other countries because they're gonna get nabbed. They know it's coming. They know it's coming. And they want to be in some spot where they can't get extradited because they need to lay low. And I mean low. One of the best stand-up things I've seen in a minute. It wasn't necessarily funny, but it was poignant, and it was somebody that I have a connection to. So I follow him, and he's made a great life for himself on being on social media, just doing fun videos. And he does stand-up comedy now as well. And I saw a clip that he posted, and it was, hey, when it comes essentially when it comes to the wildfires, when it comes to the California fires, stop talking to us about celebrities. We don't care. We don't. We the people do not care about celebrities. I do not care about Tom Hanks's home. I do not care about Paris Hilton's home. I don't. It's sad, sure. Actually, Tom Hanks' home is fine. But Paris Hilton's home, gone. Oh, it's a Malibu beach house. Yeah. She's the ultimate Malibu Barbie. So, but okay, sad, whatever. But you have enough. You have other houses in different countries around this country. Yay. Stop talking to us about celebrities. I don't care. No one cares. Look at this. I mean, you think about how bad Maui was. What's the one name that pops up when you talk about Maui? Oprah Winfrey. That's it. No one else. You talk about Oprah. What about the thousands of people that don't have a home and were told never to come back? Bye. Put up in janky hotels. I don't even know if they're still in it, given $750. By the way, the $750 is a loan, I'm understanding now. The $750, you have to pay it back. It's absolutely absurd. It just is just so absurd to talk about celebrities in times like this. And again, nobody is going to help California. No celebrities are jumping on board to help California. There's something there. There's something that you should probably pay attention to there. Just knowing that they're not they're not setting up relief efforts, relief shows and concerts. I saw this one. I don't know who it was. It was wild to me that we live in this kind of day and age. The guy was like, he owns a bar and grill, and he was in front of the bar and grill, and he was like, "Come on down. You mentioned me, and your home has been burned to the ground. Free drink on me, and I have parking too if you want me to park your car somewhere," which is nice. But I mean, dude, don't use that to be, hey, $10 off appetizers for everyone who lost their home. Hey, don't. God dang, don't. And I got to look into this more. I saw that the man that ran against Karen Bass and lost, he owns basically an outdoor mall, kind of looking like some of those malls out in Scottsdale, like the Quarter, and like untouched. He hired a personal, I believe a private, not personal, a private firefighting force, love alliteration, to basically protect that mall, and it's untouched. It's fine. That's good. It's a trip, and that's the person that ran against Karen Bass. It's like, yeah, this is actually how you do it, guys. I can do it. Yeah. I want to wrap up the show, and again, oh my gosh, you know what I just noticed? And guys, this is just it's one of those days for me. It just truly is. So watch this. Watch your screen here. How's that? Good God. What? It was a multiple show. We're talking about fire, I guess, so that's outdoors. Yeah, that too. It was the doggy paddle incident. Now this. I want to wrap up the show with the craziest, most absurd thing I've heard in a hot minute. Michael Cohen, the turncoat attorney, the spineless piece of garbage that he is now begging begging Joe Biden for a blanket pardon. He has perjured himself. He has lied and lied and lied, changed his story, done everything to serve himself. He tried to be the guy that was going to take down Donald Trump in the media bit. So he got that taste of Democrat celebrity, and now he's scared. Watch this. I'm not even saying, just watch this.
Pardon? Yeah, I put in the application for a presidential pardon because I believe that Joe Biden has the same responsibility to me that he had to his own son. And I would expect that the same exact pardon that he gave his son has to go to me and to anybody else that's on that enemies list, whether they want it or not. Because I assure you, solitary confinement where I did 51 days sucks.
Yeah, by the way, you committed a crime, you jackass. So, yeah, and then now look at the other two panelists. They're like, what the hell did this guy just say? The same pardon that he gave his son. Are you bleeping kidding me? Dude, you love you some you. All right, get in here.
I believe wholeheartedly that the solitary confinement was just a terrible experience for you.
How funny is it that they're all smooching this guy's booty? That should tell you everything you need to know. He was progressive and liberal enemy number one for years when he was at Trump's side. Now, he's our hero. Oh, we're so sorry you committed a crime. We had to spend 51 whole days in jail.
Yeah.
And by the way, the solitary was so you didn't get killed, you asshat.
And I think your point about the enemies, the proverbial enemies list, right, is a good one. I wonder,
no, it isn't.
Have you heard anything back from the administration? It is my understanding that two things. The administration, one, is not going to give a pardon to anybody that doesn't want one. So folks who have prominently gone out and said, I do not want a pardon. The president is not going to issue a pardon to people that don't want one.
You said you know that, huh? You have that on good authority. The same authority that told you that he wasn't going to pardon his son. Yeah, okay, whatever.
But two,
they'll change their mind when they're sitting behind closed doors. That I can assure you, they're going to kick themselves in the backside for that one.
I think hindsight will always be 2020. I guess my question is, have you heard from the Biden administration? And I am struck by your comparing yourself and Hunter Biden.
Yes. Get him.
And I wonder if.
How am I rooting
well,
for
I'm going to tell you, Michael Causes. We're on national TV. We have a conversation. I don't necessarily think that's your best way to go get a pardon. I mean, Hunter Biden is the president's last surviving son. But your other point, why
the last surviving, dear Lord,
I do think
I'm
is a strong one.
somebody's son, also, by the way.
Agreed. You are somebody's son, but I mean, to be very clear, you're not the president's son.
How bad are you? That I forget her name. I'm sorry. She was a press secretary for somebody at some point. I apologize for calling her Joy Reid. Thank you. The arrogance, again, how bad you have to be that even MSNBC can't defend you. Even MSNBC is like, dude, like you aren't as important as you think you are. And he said the President Biden, the Biden administration owe him. Guys, listen to words. Words are very, very important. Remember, we're told during the first Trump presidency, words matter, words matter. Well, okay, here you go. Words matter. They definitely matter. And when you say that when you have somebody that turned on Donald Trump, his private attorney got disbarred. I think he got disbarred because he basically just took attorney-client privilege and tossed it out the window and tried to turn himself into a liberal celebrity. He did that because he was being asked by the Biden administration to do that. So and it's evident by him saying, they owe me. They owe me. They owe me a pardon. It's this election interference at its finest, but we're just going to have to parse that out through the next 4 years, hopefully. All right. Hey, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Sorry we had to pre-record this bad boy, but we'll be back live mañana right here on In Other